Hey there, Cancer. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer or a subscriber. Oh my gosh, last week, thank you so much for all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. If this is the first time you've been to the channel, what we do here is we work with the energies of the moon, see how we can utilize it to our best advantage to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And so I like to get a little conversation starter from Universe, and I use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot from Poppy Palin. I have all the cards listed below. If you don't know, this is good for your sun, moon, and rising. So you should always check out all three. And there's a calculator below to give you some information in Cancer. The Universe has a lot to say to you today. So let's take a look. Okay. All right. Let's go. Here we go. First off, these two came out together. You are nearing the end of a cycle. It has been a long, hard work to get you there, right? Really long, hard work. Look at this. But you're getting there. And at the end, it looks like there's some emotional satisfaction that comes from it. So a lot of hard work, kind of feel a little beat up, but you're getting there. You're getting to where you want to go. And then on top of that, it looks like you're getting a little burst of energy here to finish it off. There's some guidance. There's a teamwork. There's people jumping in. It's like you know where you're going. You know how you're getting there. And this card right here was the one that flew out of the deck. So I feel like you're ending this cycle of working, trying to get there, trying to create this emotional satisfaction. And then this is you are getting there. You are getting some help to get there. There's loyalty. There's team, there's leadership, there's spirit from the eagle there. So definitely moving in the right direction. As we start this week off with that moon in Scorpio, which got there on Sunday morning at like, 2:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, the thing to do is to focus on what are you grateful for? What is really working in your life? Focus on the things that you're really enjoying, not the things that have been hard, so that you can propel yourself forward. So be grateful. Look around. Who's on your team? Who's on your team? Be grateful for that. And there's protection. There's protection that comes from this. If you look really closely, some of it is protecting what you value, and some of it is people are protecting you, or spirit is protecting you, or you're protecting others, right? So it's a very nurturing, protective kind of situation. And Cancer, that doesn't surprise me, right? That's Cancer's gig, right? That's what we do. We nurture, we protect. Okay, so to get a little guidance on this, I have all the cards are listed below, but this is Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebels cards. And let's get a little guidance on how we're going to do this. For you, this is in your 5th house of romance, fun, children. Whew. All right. Wow. Okay. Okay. There's inspiration coming. This is intuition. You're very intuitive, right? Water signs in general are intuitive. And on top of this, this energy is coming from the moon in Scorpio, which is trine energy. So that's even more water, more intuition. So right now, Sunday and Monday is a real good opportunity to really feel into what you're feeling, really like sit with it, because intuition is coming in. And do a little self-reflecting. Get into your emotions and see the real you, the true you. But it's asking you, what do you feel? What do you feel when you're thinking, when you're getting these downloads, right? And you're being asked to be gentle with the people around you, but I think actually with yourself. This feels like you need to be gentle with yourself. You're getting information, you're getting downloads. Some of this nurturing is for you. There's the self-reflecting. So be gentle with yourself while you're doing the self-reflecting. And I really feel like this is key to being able to move yourself forward, right? Because you've been a little beat up here, right? And so now you want to it takes so much courage and strength, and you feel beat up to take that last few steps. So look, they're nearing the top, right? They're getting really close to the finish. And even though it's a 3, it feels like the 9. And so that's pretty good information. Oh, we're about to get a visitor up here, so don't be surprised. Oh, I think she changed her mind. The little kitty's here today. Okay, so give you a little bit of guidance when this moon moves into your 6th house of day-to-day activities. This is where it gets tough. This is where the resistance is, right? It's like, I want to do things, I want to go forward, but all these things are coming at me. And so there's this resistance, and you got to push forward, and you got to keep going. And you just kind of got to surrender to the higher power. Surrender to this information that you have that's coming in, right? I mean, these are these look like, don't they look sort of like the same card, right? Like there's a lot of spiritual energy coming in. And here, surrendering to your higher power, right? So what's the resistance to that? What's keeping you from being able to push through and do that and seeing yourself for who you really are and pushing forward to the next step? And so for a little guidance on that, because it's in Sagittarius, I'm using the Sacred Traveler from Denise Linn. Okay. So the self-reflecting, lie back, relax, kind of like push forward. It's so funny because this is the moon's at a square with Neptune, which is your is in a trine with you actually, but it's the moon will be kind of at a square before it moves into Capricorn while it's in this fire energy. And so when it moves into Capricorn, then that's very comfortable energy for you again. But right now it's kind of rough, and it's asking you to really, really think. And it says lie back and rest and relax. But when it's at that square, it's like, get it done, get it done. So what projects do you want to finish up? What do you need to do? What are you really seeing? What's the next step to get you up that mountain, right? Because there's a transformation coming. There is a transformation coming, and it's huge. A fresh new way of living emerges. We have a new moon on the horizon that you can work with. So start thinking about, okay, what steps do I need to take? What do I need to plant my seeds of intention for going forward? What do I need to release? With that moon in Capricorn, you're going to need to release something, and it might be releasing your resistance. It might be releasing images that you think you have, ideas that you have that may not be real, releasing hurts and pains from other people, whatever it takes so that you can find the peace. Because then that's when you can start the next cycle. That's when the transformation happens. We're at 9s. 9s are about, we're almost there. We're almost there. What do we need to do to move forward? What do we need to let go of so we can create this transformation, so we can bring in new stuff, right? What do you need to do? You need to trust your talents in changing times. That's what you need to do. This self-reflection, seeing your real self, this is about finding what you are really and truly made of. What can you do? Trust in yourself that you have what you need to create and bring about this transformation, right? So you've got this. You got this. You totally have this. Stop worrying about it. You're at the 9s. You're at the 9s. There's help up there. You're going to get to the 10s. But look at yourself. Look at yourself, right? What can you do? Trust your talents. And then on Sunday, I kind of want you to take a break and kind of relax, because the moon goes void, of course, at 12:21 in the morning, before it moves into Aquarius at 8:31 in the morning. And when it does move into Aquarius, it's moving into your 8th house of transformation. This transformation right here that you can handle. You can totally handle it. Fox are cunning and sly, and they find the way to work around things. It doesn't mean being distrustful. It means finding the best route using your cunningness, right? And so how can you do that? And so let's get a little guidance from the unicorns on this. And then the moon will go new on Monday. And so I will be doing, on Saturday, I'll be doing a Q&A and a new moon reading. If you want to leave a message in the comments, if you have a question, I will pull 3 cards for you. And even if you can't make it to my live event, interesting. Okay. What are you holding back that you want to say? This says express your anger. Safely express your anger. It says use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. Okay, where was it? What do you feel? Somebody tick you off? Are you upset about something? Well, then take a look. Were they pointing out something to you that's true? Were they pointing out a truth? sometimes that's what we don't like, but maybe they were wrong. But use your knowledge, your wisdom, your cunning to create this transformation. So yeah, think your way through it, but then look what happens. After that, we have expansion. It says, spread your wings and soar, share your message, shine your light, show the world what you're made of. So maybe somebody said or did something that made you go, what? That's okay. Whatever. Think about it. Take a little time this week to reflect on what they said. There's some value in what they said, and the value might be, boy, nobody really gets me. Sometimes that's good to know. But by reflecting on it, what don't they get about you, right? What are your talents? What are your skills? What are your abilities? What are you going to do to expand and transform? It's a big week. All right, let's get you a color card. That looks interesting. A lot of, I have a journal. When you journal, you write things down, then sometimes spirit takes over, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I didn't even know that about myself. And you'll have been writing it. And so that's a really good way to do a little self-reflection. Okay. She is on a tear. Ooh, look at this watermelon. Yay. Did you hear that? It says, have fun with your inner child. So, really important. It just popped in my head. What other people think, not my words, just the saying that I heard. What other people think of me is none of my business. So you could do a little self-reflecting on it, but in the end, remember that whatever they think about you doesn't really matter. It's what you think about you. That's what the self-reflecting for. That's what this laying and resting in the hammock and the self-reflection is about. Is you figuring out who you are and not worrying about what other people, who they think you are. And use your own fox spirit to move yourself forward and create the transformation. Have a little fun along the way. All right, I will see you back here next week. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Yes, subscribe. And I look forward to the next time we get together. You take care, Cancer.